Welcome back, everyone. The fiends have been dealt with, so now we get this cutscene where we're Blitzball champions. This only happens, obviously, if you actually win the game. I think there's a different cutscene that takes its place, but it's like less cool because you're not holding that awful looking trophy that is not at all phallic. That's just an impractical looking trophy too, I think. It looks like it's very unwieldy. Don't really want to hold that at all. It's giant too, like it's like 2/3 the size of Datto there. I know Datto's like a shorter dude, but even still. It's just really, really big. So Wakka is now retired from Blitzball forever until we recruit him. And we're not going to get any closure on that whole fiend thing, hey? Fiends were just like, yeah, we just want to disrupt this Blitzball thing, and that's all we wanted to do.
From now on, I'm your full-time guardian.
Alright, good for you, Wakka. You now have a non-paying job that is significantly less fun and way more dangerous, which is what everyone wants for a career choice, I'm pretty sure.
Good to be back, yeah?
You were never gone. You didn't actually dedicate any time to practicing that we saw. The only thing we saw were the Blitzball players practicing.
So, any news on what happened?
Okay, now we're gonna get news.
Not really. We don't know where the fiends
Oh,
came
okay.
from.
Never mind, we're not.
Mr. Micah is safe and sound, thanks to Maester
I mean,
Seymour.
Seymour also saved, like, countless people.
Maester Seymour's Aeon. It was so powerful.
It was pretty strong. It did kind of just completely disintegrate everyone it looked at. It's pretty good. I like using Anima a lot.
All of this is your fault.
How's it Auron's fault? It's not. He didn't bring Sin to Zanarkand, or did he?
I'm telling you, it's all your fault.
Hey Titus, keep whining. Keep whining, my guy. Auron's just laughing. He's just like, yeah, it's kind of my fault. I got it. I don't know if you can actually hear the laughter, but he is laughing.
Who are you anyway?
My name's Auron. Look at that hair.
You knew my old man, didn't you?
That hair does not move.
And you also knew Yuna's father?
That's correct.
Yeah, Titus, I know
Hey,
people.
man, there's no way. That's just impossible.
It's not, though.
Nothing impossible about it.
You also knew Jekt, and now you know Yuna. That's, like, kind of close.
Together, we defeated Sin 10 years ago.
That's pretty cool.
Then I went to Zanarkand, where I watched over you,
Ah, that makes total sense.
so that one day I could bring you to Spirit.
Oh, what? So he did do it. It was all Auron's fault. Titus was
Why do you
right.
have to be mean?
Jekt asked me to.
My old man. I think that's what he says.
Is he alive?
Dang it, I got it wrong. I don't know this game as well as I claim to.
On what you mean
It's all my
by
fault.
alive.
I'm sorry. I'll never lie to you again, except when I'll lie to you again.
No longer human. But
What?
then I felt something of Jekt there in that shell.
What?
Didn't you?
This is actually pretty important.
You must have felt him when you came in contact with Sin.
Flashback time. Oh, we don't actually get the flashback. We just get... We know that Titus had a flashback. What's the big reveal? What's it gonna be?
It is. Sin is
Dun dun dun. That's a pretty big reveal, actually.
No, that's ridiculous. No way. I don't believe
I think I'd have the same reaction as Titus if like I didn't know.
But it is the truth.
How is it the
You
truth
see
though?
for yourself. Come with
How did Sin become Jekt, or how did Jekt become
I
Sin?
say no.
me. Every story must have an ending.
Makes a good point.
I don't care about your stories.
But you started this whole playthrough saying this is my story. Listen to my story.
I see. Sorry you feel that way.
I don't think you're that sorry, Auron. I gotta say.
Fine then. Come or don't come, it's your decision.
Okay.
Ah! What am I supposed to say? You tell me it's my decision. But I don't have a choice, do
No,
I?
you don't. You're in a linear
You're the
game.
one who can tell me what's going on anyways. I have to go with you. I have to.
You do have to. We were gonna make you anyway, Titus. You have no agency in this. And remember when people criticize like Final Fantasy 13 for being too linear? Like, it is no less linear than this game. I don't have a problem with that. Linearity allows you to make much better stories. Like, look at Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed's a mess, in large part because it's open world. Where's this? This storytelling is really, really good.
It's all right.
10-2 is kind of like a compromise. I mean, you can go to basically everywhere off the bat, but there's like a certain story you have to go down. There's just a bunch of side quests that you can or can't do,
To Xanarkand?
or can or don't have to do.
That's up to Jecht.
Man, I love that game. Like, gameplay-wise, I think it's actually better than this one. Story-wise, this one wins, but
Services to you
I think people just
come.
are whiny little babies about 10-2. I keep trying to call it X2 because as a kid I didn't. So I think I've told the story before, but I didn't know that there were more Final Fantasy games. Because I was a Nintendo kid, and I didn't know. I didn't know. This was not before the internet, but before like it was as big as it is now. And I thought it was Final Fantasy X. I didn't know the X was supposed to be for 10. I just thought that was its title. So for years and years and years and years and years, I called it Final Fantasy X and then X2. Obviously, I've since learned that is not the case. However, that habit is really, really difficult to break, and it's something I still find myself like slipping up on.
You were right. He did meet someone he knew. Do you think he'll find a way back to Xanarkand?
No, we're not. Well, we'll have to go back to Xanarkand. This Xanarkand, Spira's Xanarkand.
He's still in town, isn't he? I think I'll go see
Him, whose name I do not know.
Oh,
I think I'll go see him. Oh, wow, there he is. Speak of the devil. I still don't get why Auron is like. Is that a? That's not a popular clothing style, right? Like, I don't dislike it. I just,
You know,
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
become your guardian. Do you accept?
Man, Yuna collects guardians like Pokemon.
Refuse.
no. We accept, right, everyone?
I think Donna had a point. Like, Braska had 2. Donna has 1.
Why?
I promise,
I-
Nebraska.
Don't know how many other guardians or how many other
You
summoners we meet. I think there's one more we meet. Isaru?
I
think that's his name. And he's only got 2.
And he comes too.
I mean, Auron's saying this is like,
Guys,
hey, he's it's conditional, like,
This
we
one
both
is
come.
Jecht.
But Yuna already asked us to be
Is Sir Jecht alive?
one of her guardians, so that's not really
Can't say.
a difficult
Haven't
thing.
seen him in 10 years.
I see.
You'll meet eventually.
Oh, will we?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I think technically we already have, if Sin is indeed Jecht.
What's our itinerary?
Why are you asking Lulu?
Where are we headed?
Hey, come with me.
Oh, it's about time, folks. It is almost that time. I just want to prep you for what is about to happen in this video game. It is among the greatest scenes in this video game. It is also among the most mocked scenes in this video game. You know the one. If you've seen the images, if you've seen a screenshot of it. Hey, she learned how to whistle really, really quickly, despite her life being in danger.
hey,
Maybe that's what she was doing in that boat that we rescued her from.
Sounds sad.
yeah.
I mean, she was held captive. What else do you do in prison?
Scream.
I really don't think that's gonna help this time.
It might help this time, though. You just found out your father
What?
murders dozens, hundreds, thousands, millions of people.
But summoners and their guardians
So, yeah, I'd be pretty
are
sad too, I think.
Spira's ray of
I mean,
light.
that's a heck of a legacy, though.
A lot of people
Like,
in Spira
bad, but
depend
a
on
legacy
this.
nonetheless.
I learned to practice smiling when I'm feeling sad, you know.
Yeah, that's actually scientifically a good idea.
It's hard.
Apparently, just the simple act of smiling, regardless of whether or not you feel happy,
Yeah.
generates happiness, generates like endorphins within your brain, and it does actually help your mood. So Yuna's onto something there. I don't even know if we had that science when this game was made, so basically this game just predicted science. That's a pained smile. Those Those 2001 graphics aren't making that look too good.
This is weird.
It is weird, but that's the point.
Next, try laughing out loud.
What?
Come on, show me.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Titus. Laugh. Laugh, you coward. Do it. Do it. And this is the part of the game that everyone mocks, because they're like, the voice acting is so bad, the laughter sounds so forced, and they miss the context that the laughing is supposed to sound forced. That's the point of it. The laughing, they're forcing themselves
Probably shouldn't laugh.
to laugh. Like, Yuna's like, yeah, that's embarrassing. Those other guys are looking on, they're like, wow, this is really bad and embarrassing. That's the point of the scene. I don't know how many times I've had to actually point that out to people who thought they were like just genuinely supposed to be laughing here. Like, there's some dubious voice acting in this game, no doubt. It was the first voiced Final Fantasy game, or fully voiced. And there's issues with that. It was also like 2001, so, you know, voice acting in video games wasn't especially good then. That's only a couple of years removed from Jill Sandwich, so we've come very far.
Thank you.
But
I want my journey.
that's not an example of it. I'm sorry, it's not happening. You're not going to get me to buy that.
Okay.
If you watch that whole scene, you know they're not supposed to sound like they're actually laughing.
Separated. Just whistle.
Remember that. That's important.
I'll come running.
There's no whistle command in this game, unfortunately. But it does play something of a role in 10-2. Kind of it's a good callback.
Well,
Let's call it
let's
that.
go.
For those who don't know anything about 10-2, boy, you're going to be in for some fun when we get
What are
there.
you looking at?
If we get there. If the channel's still alive by the time I get there. I need to stop promising that I'm going to play things.
All right.
Like, I think I've promised quite a few games over the course of this experiment, and some of them might not happen. I mean, I did quit in September last time. I did overburden myself there, but I just don't think I should be promising games that I'm going to play when I don't necessarily know how long this channel is going to run for. If it doesn't gain any sort of momentum, it's difficult to justify the time commitment it takes to actually record these, so there's that. Can we talk to this person? We can. Almost everyone on this path gives you stuff, so I'm probably going to be talking to a lot of people. We can also now play Blitzball whenever we want, so that's fun.